I'll leave you with this, Trent, because I know you're involved in these 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 and all these camps there. And these kids coming out of high school going into college, they're ready to play right away. And these five-star recruits, we just saw this with Clemson, where you got Trevor Lawrence, who's coming in, and Kelly Bryant, who's been, a decorated starter at Clemson as a senior. He's transferring now. I guess the ability for these kids to comprehend what they need to learn in college at that early of an age, and now we're looking at juniors and seniors where you might be expendable at that position. Do you see this as a new wave where the five stars are coming in, and for 2 years or 3 years maybe, and then after that you got another five-star coming in, and he might be expendable?
Yes. I do think it's going to be a trend. Quarterbacks are just getting better every year. Think of it this way. Think of it globally, that this is the really kids now. It's been the first time in the history of football where these kids, when they were 8, 9, 10 years old, could find as much quarterback information as you could possibly ever want out there, between private quarterback coaches, watching Amazon Prime of Tom Brady or Jared Goff and the Rams, or everything we do at the Elite 11. When you're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, you have access to every bit of quarterback information you could ever possibly want. Then you're throwing a football. You're playing in 7-on-7. You're playing in the fall. You're being trained privately. Your learning curve has been accelerated so much. Well, now you add all the talent. Now you're adding also the biggest, strong, the toughest kid is now playing most athletic kids playing quarterback. It's kind of the perfect storm where every year we go around the country and we evaluate about 750 to 1,000 quarterbacks. And we see, now we call it the Elite 11 and we do 24 guys, it goes to 12, but we see 50 guys every year, 50 to 75 guys that are so much better than I ever was, or that Tony Romo ever was, because we have all these quarterbacks come out and join us on the tour and they go, are you kidding me? These kids are so much better than I was. And these are pro guys that played 12, 15 years in the NFL. So you're just seeing waves of quarterbacks in high school. I live in Texas now, and I go to high school football games on Friday night. And every week I go to a game and I see a quarterback that was better than me. I mean, it's crazy how many good quarterbacks there are. So you're going to see every year these colleges get somebody that has a chance to be really, really good.
But who is playing now that you saw in high school where you went, he's got star written all over him, or I'm surprised that he's got star written all over him?
Oh, gosh, I can go down. I mean, 85% of the Power 5 quarterbacks are Elite 11 guys. 22 in the NFL are Elite 11 guys. I mean, I remember seeing Sam Darnold play high school basketball. That's how we found him, high school basketball tape, because he broke his ankle his junior year. We had him out at a camp, and he might have thrown 30 balls. And I looked over at my personal assistant. I looked at Jordan Palmer. I said, that kid's going to play in the NFL. I mean, we see it every Trevor Lawrence, the first time we saw him when he was a freshman in high school, we're like, that kid's going to play in the NFL. Justin Fields, the first time we saw him, that kid's going to play in the NFL. Josh Rosen. Oh, gosh, Josh Rosen, when we saw him as a 10th grader, that kid's going to play in the NFL. I mean, we see these kids at 10th, 11th grade, and sometimes you just know. I mean, there's just no doubt. One, they're going to go to a great high school, get coached well, play with good people. They're going to be highly recruited. They're going to go to a good place in college. They're going to have a long leash, meaning they're going to be given a chance to fail, learn from their failure, come back and succeed. I would say our hit rate's really, really high just because we get to see them relative to all the other quarterbacks in the country.
But is there going to be room for all these quarterbacks in the NFL?
That's a great. This is going to be the most interesting draft. You can start this conversation right now because you have Herbert, Locke, Stidham, Greer, McSorley. Who am I forgetting? Forgetting somebody. All these kids are big-time NFL quarterback talents, but there's no place for them to go in this year's draft. So does Stidham stay in school? Does Herbert stay in school? Because if it's Locke and McSorley and Greer coming out only, is there room for more than three? Finley at North Carolina State. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are really, really talented, and there just may not be enough seats for them to play in the NFL. Now, the good thing is some of them may get drafted later than they should. You know, 2 years ago, you might have been a top 6 pick. Now you're going mid to late first round. You get an opportunity to sit for a couple years. I still think that's the best formula if you're able to sit for a little while and watch and learn like Patrick Mahomes. So there's going to be situations like that too. I'll say this, if you're Dak Prescott in Dallas, you better start playing better. You better start playing better. There's a lot of guys that better start playing better because there's guys coming up that can take their jobs in a heartbeat, just like you're seeing in college football.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.